talk to you next week.
And I'll may see you in a little while, or if not, I'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye, Rick.
Okay, bye, Rick.
Bye,
See
Rick.
y'all later.
How do we have these two Toms? I mean, Tom
Because
next to
Tom's a
Bill.
powerful guy.
Oh, okay, it is the same. It looked.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the next to, yeah, you're looking down, but the other one you're looking straight. I get it. I get it. Can't fool me. Too long.
Yeah, well, see, I can start the meeting, but I can't record it because I'm not the main guy. So Tom has to log on to his computer. He's walking through my house now. I can see him walking. Where are you going there, Tom? See ya. Anyway.
I find that one of those things that's should be against Zoom rules to walk while you're
Yeah, walking. Yeah.
It's very.
But the Zoom is so great when you go to the doctor, you can say, how's my tonsils docking? You know, yeah, look. Now, proctoscope would be a whole nother thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an annual exam next week, and I'm even going. Why we just don't do it on Zoom, because they were very clear. I didn't remember seeing this before, but I guess I did. It said once you have your first Medicare wellness exam, and then thereafter it's all hands-off exam. I mean, like, okay, so we're just going to be talking. Why do I have to even come in? But
You get charged for an office visit?
no, because they were very clear that if you if you get too talky and ask about something with your tonsils or whatever, that they can charge you for an office visit. So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
even
Here
here in
did the virtual one on the computer, but when he asked me to cough and he held my balls, I was like, okay.
Turn your head and cough. There we go. Yeah.
But it's nice. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to park. You don't have to pay for parking. You just, take your blood pressure. And he says, what's your blood pressure? And I tell him, and what's your weight? And I lie. And
Yeah. Well, it was last February or March, right after, no, it must have been March, because it was after the quarantine stuff. I developed a case of shingles, and I did a virtual thing with my doctor, and I just showed him the rash. He said, yep, you got shingles. And so phoned in a prescription for me. So it was all
sorry. I'm sorry to hear that you had them. But right when we moved here, Karen had a case of them, and bad news. Yeah.
Well, I had them before, so I was pretty sure that's what it was.
Oh, wow.
hey, Snake.
How to Snake?
Hey, Snake.
Did you bring your instrument?
I beg your pardon? I keep mine with me. Snake, I don't hear you. Can you say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, your mic's not on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now
one
it's
time
off, but
one time we couldn't see you. Now we can hear you.
Well, you can listen to us.
Yeah.
So, Pete, what's been going on?
Not much.
Danny was with us yesterday, and he was in a good mood. Danny Rubio.
Yeah.
well, he's been going out for a while. Have you all been going out any? Well, I guess you have. You've been going to different restaurants.
Yeah. He's working in the clubs. He invited us last night, but we didn't go. But yeah, the restaurants are kind of open. If it's Landers, you went inside.
Uh-huh.
We were going to sit on the deck, but it was so windy. I mean, it was just like the waves were like washing over cars that were in the parking lot across the bay. It's like,
Yeah, the water's high.
yeah. Well, all the southeasterly flow blows the water from the Gulf of Mexico into Lake Bourne, into Lake Pontchartrain. So it's up steps, and I'd say the winds were, 25, 30 miles an hour?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, is the river high because of that, or?
Yeah, the river, I think, is a little bit elevated, but not to where they have to open the flood spillway.
Yeah, but they just had a levee burst up by Baton Rouge.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And in the high wind yesterday, pieces started flying off of Plaza Towers. Right now they have a lot of the area blocked off on Loyola Avenue and all that around there because a piece of it hit a bicyclist.
Oh,
So-
gosh.
And you know, that old 72-story tall building that nobody's in anymore. Pieces are starting to fall off in the high wind.
Where is this?
The Plaza Towers, the tallest building in the city on Loyola Avenue.
Oh, okay. You said Loyola, and I was thinking Kenner.
Is that the one with the
yeah.
angle?
Yeah. It's been vacant for a few years, and it's starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally got rid of the Hard Rock. Now we're gonna have the Plaza to get rid of.
Damn.
Was that the decision that they're not going to build the Hard Rock? They're not going to go on with it?
I don't know. I think they still own the property, so I don't know if they're gonna rebuild there or not. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still not hearing you, Snake. You're showing your microphone off. You're showing your microphone on mute here.
So Snake, go to the bottom of your screen and look for your mic. Should have a red line through it.
When he first came on, it didn't show muted, but then it did.
Yeah.
So Dave, when is Karen coming home?
I don't think until about the 5th or 6th or 7th, something like that.
So are you going to be home next weekend?
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right, I'll give you a call about, I think we're leaving Saturday. That's
So
what
a
I
week
heard.
from tomorrow. A week from tomorroa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going up to Asheville. So I guess we'd be there like Sunday.
All right. Would you like to? Are you going to be up for spending the night here or anything? You know, we
I
do.
don't know, I'll talk to Emily.
Yeah, because we do have a
Gonna get
guest room here.
Okay, I'll tell her.
Yeah.
Save us some money.
Yeah. I didn't.
Pay you.
You didn't ask Dave how much he charges.
Yeah, how much you charge, Dave?
No, free for nothing.
Yeah, you put chocolate on the pillow.
No.
Yeah, the first question is going to be, have you been vaccinated?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got you, Pete. We got you, a Snake. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that works
Yeah.
better. Is that where you keep all your money in that safe?
Well, there's some of it in there. I'm gonna have a coin collector too.
Oh, okay. That's a big safe you got back there.
Oh, yeah, I've got a few guns too. I'm a hunter,
Oh, okay.
bird hunter from Iowa.
Cool. Yeah, I always thought about getting one of those to keep tapes in. Then I thought, nah, too much trouble.
Yeah.
Keep my beer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dave, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Likewise. Have you been to Western North Carolina before?
I've been to Asheville before.
Oh, okay. That's
Um,
close. Kind of close. That's close enough. Yeah.
I'm having trouble finding flights into there.
you have trouble finding parts for what?
Every time. Oh, flights?
Yeah,
Like,
They're driving.
yeah. Well, it's too far to drive from here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, are you going to be, are you thinking about doing the reunion in October?
Oh, me?
Snake, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
I'm intending, but if I can get there,
Okay.
I might have to fly to someplace else and rent a car.
Yeah, if you can get a car.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Yeah, getting a car.
I'm sure Joe will come pick you up wherever you are.
The way we can record it. So I just set it out there because if it's in here, it feeds back.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
That'd be great.
So, excuse us for our waitresses here. We're just communicating with her.
Oh, okay.
MC waitress.
Hey, David.
And she put the tip in the hat, so we had to take that.
Yeah.
Hi, Bonnie.
She puts
Nice
her
to see you.
puts all the change in the hat. You got to grab it out. Scrape that last quarter out of there.
Can I get you something?
Y'all
Yeah,
want to keep
definitely.
going?
I'm- I'm good.
Whiskey
We only
on the
sell
rocks.
beers in mugs.
Yeah, you gotta pay, it's $1.75 deposit on the glass.
Now it's gone up to $5.
Oh, $5 deposit on the glass, you know. But the refills are 75 cents still.
Pete, you look like you're confused.
That's what we
Do you
do.
remember how you always everybody had to buy a beer and a mug at Mustache?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get you a pitcher.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Pete never worked serving though. He was always.
No, I was too busy drinking.
That's true. That's right. Yeah.
I learned from the best.
Well,
Then I chatted thing after a set and said, come on, Pete, let's go get ourselves a taste. We go down to Conti Street to that little, right off of, I guess right next to the famous store, a little grocery store there.
Oh, People's Grocery.
Yeah, with the man that owned it, we buy a pint of whiskey and put it away. I'm surprised my liver is still in good shape.
Well, Maynard always used to go to work the next
Okay,
day.
y'all need to share. There's
Yeah.
your thingies and
Okay.
there's that.
Here's those things wrapped in bacon.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie. Here's to you guys.
Okay, there's Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's Pete.
And there's Les Davies right behind him, probably adjusting the gun in his boot.
yeah.
Yeah. And Barry and Maynard. Yeah. Y'all probably had a taste or two up there at that time.
Yeah. I remember after the Mustache burned down, Barry and I and one or two others would do the Houlihan's old place.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the beers they sold was Heineken. Well, this muckety muck from Heineken from Holland was in the audience, and he bought the entire house of Heineken, including 2 or 3 for each band member.
Mm-hmm. I used to like going to Houlihan's. It was a great place.
Yeah, they had a great French onion soup.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
With the melted cheese on top of it.
Yep, on a little biscuit or piece of toasted bread. So
Yeah, that was Kent. Kent was the man.
Yeah, that's right.
and I asked you before Kent or there was another a manager there was a little short guy. And I said, what's the secret? He said, Magi seasoning. There was that particular flavor.
So we got John hooking up for in person today.
Wow.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, for some reason.
On Steve Jobs, Stephen Jobs' iPad.
His audio is not connected.
There's David.
Maybe it is.
So David, what are you doing while Karen's gone?
Just puttering around the house. Went not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I got some, small things I want to accomplish. But,
You got dogs, don't you?
the dogs, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
That's true.
That's why I always get stuck at home. Tom, can you stay home and take care of the dogs?
I thought she was gonna resent that I was staying here and not coming with her to see family, but really, we for not 2 weeks. I think it's a good 3 weeks that she's gone. That I hate to have the dogs, all alone. So I mean, they look for her, And,
Dave, how far are you from Bryson City?
I think Bryson's like about 60 miles
West or?
west.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
We were there and they have a steam train tour there. We rode around.
Yeah. I've been intending to do that one of these days. Tom, where are you? You and Emily been staying? You've been you
We
had
have
a
Airbnb. We have,
Airbnb?
it's worse than when I was in college.
Oh,
And I stayed in some pretty bad places when I lived in college.
goodness. That's a
It's
shame.
just, it's just weird.
Hmm.
But Emily booked it, so
Yes, dear.
we got rid of our apartment. That's sad, but we weren't getting down here enough because we couldn't fly.
Yeah.
The COVID for that year, just we'd have to drive down. It's a 2-day drive, so we dumped the apartment.
Yeah, John, I got that message for you about Nick's where where y'all got the gas.
Bill, I think you're frozen. Frozen in time.
Earth.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, John.
Hi,
Hello,
Billy.
John.
Hey,
Good to
John.
see you.
Hi, Snake.
What the- Okay.
Yeah, Tom had to go somewhere. My screen froze up. He got his computer here too, so that he could get us to record. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's okay. It came back on. No, John, I was saying, I got your email with the background on Nick's Club and the, is that where they got the original gas lights from, you said?
I couldn't find a picture of Nick's with gas lights outside. But there wasn't a good close-up to tell if there were any kind of lights at all on the side. So, but it could have been later. I mean, it lasted till the 60s, so, and started in the 20s. So there could have been gas lights at some point, probably earlier on.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I thought you said, yeah, I guess I'm trying to remember the gist of it because I read the email, but because we were talking about the gas lights outside the New York Club, I guess, and where they came from a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, that's what I was responding to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So John, did you get in okay without loading Zoom?
No, I had to load it on my friend's iPad. I would click in the browser, I clicked launch meeting and nothing ever happened. It just stalled.
Launch, eh?
I mean, I talked to my wife who knows a whole lot more about than I do. And she said that you should be able just to click on that link I sent. And that's
Yeah,
what
I did that, and that's what opened the browser. But when I clicked on launch meeting, nothing happened.
And then
I had to go find it.
The thing
I had
that
to go
you said,
find it.
there wasn't anything there to open.
Is this yours or mine?
Right.
All right, okay.
So I don't know. So I'm not good at all this. I mean, to make sure that this actually works. I've been trying to get Billy as a co-host forever, and I can't get that to work.
Billy or the,
Well, I've been able to start the meetings while Tom isn't there, but I'm not authorized to record it unless Tom logs on and does that, so.
And I pressed every button I could, and it still didn't work.
That's why we only had half a meeting recorded last week, because I started the meeting, but I couldn't record it until after Tom got here. And then
But it was kind of good because it was when
yeah, we said a few things early in the meeting that we were Tom was gonna have to edit out anyway.
yeah.
Well,
Jim
I haven't had a
was
chance to watch that one yet anyway.
Oh, okay.
Jim was basically talking about Joel's inability to play.
Oh, huh. Well, it's going to happen to all of us eventually.
I guess.
yeah,
Play in the first place, I'm okay.
Hey, John, where do you live?
A little place I like to call New Jersey.
what exit?
What's that?
What exit?
No, it's not near an exit. I know that's
the joke.
I know that's the
Yeah, you're
standard
from
line.
Jersey, what exit?
I know that's the standard line. No, I'm about 35 minutes directly east of Philly.
Okay.
Oh, Cherry Hill, around Cherry Hill.
Further east than that,
Okay.
about another 20 minutes. I live on the edge. I live on the edge of the Wharton State Forest, which is a giant pine forest, protected habitat in New Jersey. It was named after the fellow that started the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
In Cherry
So-
Hill, I did an interview with famous Amos, Wally Amos once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where that place is, right on Route 70. Now, while David is on here, excuse me, I wanted to say something. When I came to New Orleans to work at the club in '71 after I left graduate school, I was sort of like a fish out of water. I was a Northerner, first of all, with a Northern accent. And I had long hair and a beard and John Lennon glasses. Bell-bottom trousers and all that from the 60s and 70s. And I got along just fine, of course, with the musicians and all the guys, Billy and all the guys on the bowling team. We all bonded. Fred and I didn't get along very well. I think for some reason, Fred just didn't take to me. And it was probably mutual. But the two people other than those that treated me the nicest were LaRue and David. They really made me feel like I was part of the family and like it was my new home. And I've always remembered that and always appreciated that, but never got a chance to tell David.
Oh, I appreciate that, John.
Nice to say.
Well,
Nice
I'll
to
drink to
You're
that.
welcome.
Cheers.
You're welcome.
I was kind of on pins and needles. I thought as to what you were gonna say. I remember the time.
Well, I don't know any of those stories, or else I would have told them.
Hey, it's Mr. Roger.
It's
Hey,
Roger.
what?
Roger Kinnaman,
Wow.
How y'all doing?
Looking Hawaiian
doing
today.
all right.
He got his pink Hawaiian shirt on.
I've returned.
Lion share with a fleur de lis. How'd you work that in? That's great.
Yeah, I've been out chasing the wild coyotes down here.
Is that what they call that?
Yeah,
Chasing
well,
the
they had other names for them in New Orleans, but we call them wild coyotes.
Yeah, man.
How's everybody
So
doing?
John, when you were saying that you were a Northerner, you got to realize that 95% of the country is northern to New Orleans.
Yeah,
Well, that's true.
If you're north of Baton Rouge, you're northerner, so it's.
yeah. Well, you don't want to go too far north. Too far north in Louisiana, there's a change of culture.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the club, those people I came in contact with, they were nice enough on the surface, but I mean, they might say, "Y'all come back now," but they didn't really mean it. And what they meant was, leave your tourist dollars and then come back and leave some more.
Yeah.
I
What
like
happened?
it.
You suck any crawfish heads?
No.
See, that's what happened.
You see, it's like baptism,
No, I did
Okay.
plenty of fishing with Les
All right.
Muscat.
I missed that. Well, I get crawfish down here in Arizona.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Sure.
several Louisiana restaurants down here. Serving good food. So it's pretty interesting.
Actually know how to cook it?
And I'm a real critic. If I don't like going out to Louisiana restaurants in other states because what they say is it's not the same. But these were pretty good places.
Well, what I find in the Louisiana restaurants in up north, where in Maryland, it's like $35, $40 for a bowl of gumbo.
Yeah.
Jambalaya, rice and beans. And my wife goes, "What the? This is rice and beans."
Yeah. I like the gumbo they bring out and it's real brown. It's like a gravy mix they made from a packet or something. I go, no. Take it back.
Yeah.
I'm not going for it.
Bonnie and I lived in Texas for a while. We went to this place called Aliaz, which was not far from Dallas, and it had all you can eat boiled shrimp. And I said, "Well, let's go, baby. I haven't had any boiled shrimp." When they say boiled shrimp, that's what they mean. Boiled shrimp. They just boil them in water.
Oh, I know. No, that
Just
taste to it.
What?
Yeah.
I said, give me,
Where's the
I
season?
said, I need Tabasco. I need everything. Just give it to me.
I'll take care of
I
it.
need these shrimp. I said, they taste awful, you know, and, you know, I
It's
just
just
like with drawn blood.
blackened food, blackened fish. They think it means put a lot of black pepper on it and serve it. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry, these people never heard of Tony Sastry or
Zatarain's.
Zatarain's. Yeah. If you leave New Orleans, you got to pack you some Zatarain's.
Yeah, I got packs of Zatarans here and get them at the store.
Yeah.
I'll go out and get my own shrimp, get my little packet, cut some potatoes and onions up in it and throw it and let it boil.
Howdy, Gim.
Good morning.
Good morning. Am I in the wrong space?
Yeah.
So Roger, how you been doing? We haven't seen you for a while.
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm living down in Arizona now, in a little town called Gilbert. It's outside of Scottsdale, which is pretty nice. It's warm, but it's not as warm like Louisiana and Florida, where you walk outside and you break out in a sweat. It's a drier heat, and it's pretty comfortable down here. We like it. We lived down here for a year, then we bought a house. We lived in Scottsdale for a year. I really like Scottsdale. It's got more bars and restaurants and nightclubs, and I was amazed. There's a lot of greenery everywhere, and what happened here?
Say, Roger, you still selling mustache mugs?
It looks like. How did that get on there?
Billy's magic fingers.
I just put that on there.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite picture. You know, that picture was actually taken in New York.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Uh-huh. The guy whose people work for C, became good friends with him in New Orleans, and
Yeah.
they were going around, wanted pictures of someone to say something positive about them. I said, sure, come on by. So I'm in New York. I said, oh, we're going to be up in New York. We just got the sign that says New Orleans and put it behind the bar in New York. And they took a whole bunch of pictures, but that was one of them they took. The people were really nice. They were very helpful to us and in all of our clubs, actually. Of course, that's when we had a lot of power and were important. Now I don't know who we are now. That was the good times. I loved it. Very fortunate.
Just a bunch of old codgers reminiscing. That's all we are anymore.
Yeah,
And we all compare our shots.
so we got a lot of
Yes,
great memories and camaraderie people, and it was just I look back the mustache days as a very exciting and fun times. I was very fortunate to be involved in all that.
You bet. You bet.
And
Better to have good memories than no memories. You know what I mean?
It's,
Memories is what comes next.
it's funny. I can still sometimes people who know about your father's mustache somewhere else, and they go, "Oh yeah, you know." I said, "Yeah, I know about it." A lot. And so yeah, it was a very fun time, and I even had a good friend of mine, Suzanne. I don't know if anybody ever knew Suzanne. She lived with me in New York, and she traveled with me for a while, and is my partner. And anyway, she got a hold of me the other day, wanted to go to New Orleans and wanted to know who was still around and where to go eat, and I want to know about your father's mustache, if Joe was still alive. I said, oh yeah, he's still playing banjos. And she came to the 25th year reunion. And she wants, are they going to have more reunions? I said, yeah, they're going to have another one.
Are you coming, Roger?
I don't know. I got to think about that. I wish it was in New Orleans, actually. I think that'd be a fun place. A central spot. Everybody could come from around the United States. It's easier to get to. The last two were so great. And a lot of those people aren't with us anymore. And nothing you can do about it, but that's just life. And people move on, and so things change. And we all know. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I just have to think
Come
about
on,
it.
Roger. Come on, man. We need a few extra bodies for the bar.
We need some people that aren't musicians. All the musicians are coming.
Hey, did you know I played the washboard a couple times?
Yeah, pictures of you playing.
I was taking.
Who didn't?
I wanted to learn how to play the banjo, so I was taking banjo lessons from Neil Undersayer when I was in New Orleans, and he was so kind to me, very smooth. He taught me how to play the banjo and a bunch of the chords and stuff. But he was a fun person to be around. Go to his house, and he and Gene were there. We took around and played learned how to play the banjo a little bit. But I never got confident enough to really get up on the stage. I get up on stage and sing and act silly, but
You were pretty confident when I was around when you were on stage.
what's that now?
You were pretty confident when I saw you on stage.
Oh yeah, well, I was. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his,
I mean, I wasn't that confident playing the banjo.
he was, I remember you, Roger, saying, having the how, it's not how you eat a banana, it's how you deal with a banana. You get those ladies up there to, wow, anyway.
No, Roger's.
Anyway.
From there, I got a rocket in my pocket. I'm looking for a socket. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's my theme song. Well, you know what?
It was
When
kind
you're
of like a
involved in
Tarzan
that business, as we all sort of know, you do get exposed to lots of different types of people and lots of young women and everything. That's just the way it is. So
Yeah,
be
we
where
got-
you are and here and now.
All right.
And we had our private office upstairs, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
You go up there and play darts or do whatever you wanted, and hang out.
Yeah, darts.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Great. The thing is, the reason it's so interesting, you can't really talk to other people about this era sometimes that they weren't really involved in it. They just don't quite comprehend the whole thing of what we were doing and how we got along so well together, and we're a huge family spread across the United States. Whether you went to New York or you went up to Denver, you could have a gig and play, or whether you're a bartender or a musician, you could go to all the different mustaches and sit right in and keep on doing the fun thing you do. And other people, what you do? So it's very.
It was the best
Nice that you
association I've
put the afternoon club together. I thought about that the other day. I hadn't been on for a while, so that's not good. I need to get back on and see my friends, and I can see about anything I want and talk about things. Oh yeah, that's right. Move along. It's a tight unit.
Jim,
Jim, did
I'm-
anything?
Jim, do you know what airline service New Haven?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Do you know what airline service New Haven? I'm having a little trouble finding flights.
I have no idea. Good Lord, I don't offhand know. I never fly from New Haven. I know it has a nice little airport that's close to town, but if I'm flying out of Connecticut to go anywhere significant, I fly out of Bradley, which is up near Hartford.
What's your suggestion is the closest?
You're probably going to wind up flying into New York and then flying a puddle jumper, I suppose, up to New Haven.
Yeah, they have those little. They used to have those little small airlines that flew you right in there. I don't know if they do anymore.
How about the drive?
Hey Barry,
Hey, Hoss.
What'd you say, Roger?
what's happening, Barry? We had.
What's going on, Daddy-O?
Yeah, man, I'm here in the hot Arizona desert.
There you go. I like your shirt, man. You're looking cool, babe.
This is a Saints shirt. You know that?
A what? A Saint shirt?
Saints shirt.
Cool. Well, then you
Got
in that
Saints on
number.
it. The logo's on it somewhere.
You in that number. We
Yeah.
miss you, Roger.
Well, I'm back.
Good. You look good.
Well, thank you. You looking good too. Got a
Well,
lot
I
going
know
on in your
it. I
family.
know it.
Would you two guys like to be alone? The rest of us can go away.
Oh yeah, listen to keep.
Well,
Go get me a cold beer.
we had a meeting yesterday. Well, Barry was there and Danny Rubio and Rick Haley and Tom, and we all went and had dinner together at Landry's on the lake.
Well, that's great. I love it out there.
Oh, nice.
And when I was putting it in the GPS, I put Fitzgerald's. And nothing came up.
Well, Fitzgerald's is in the lake.
That'll take you back.
And I thought, man, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald's was a really nice restaurant on the lake
Yeah,
that we
but
used to go to.
Hurricane Katrina took care of that.
Fitzgerald's was a foundation. You going in into the paper on the table. Here come the shrimp with the crawfish. Throw it on top and get into it.
Is that John McLaren in on the screen there?
It is.
What'd you
Yes.
say, John?
You got to put Stephen Jobs on.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
Beard on.
Hey,
side
Barry,
though.
John McLaren, and golly, I haven't seen you in a while.
how you doing, man?
Never had a bad day in my life,
Woke up on the right side of
but
the day.
the nights and mornings are freaking killing me.
Yeah. They are.
Oh, man.
Hey, Billy,
Yes.
I want to tell a story about the bowling team, because you brought up the bowling team and Tom put up a picture a few weeks ago. As you mentioned, we won the season. You know, we were in first place at the end of the season.
Yeah.
One of the ways that, one of our strategies, I guess you could say, was to buy drinks for the other teams.
Oh, yeah.
And plus we were all sort of clownish people. We worked in a nightclub, you know, either as musicians or other entertainers. So we could get people laughing and distracted. And that was one of the ways we became successful in that. But there was one team that we had no luck with distracting. Do you remember, Bill?
The deaf team.
The deaf team, right. It was like the New Orleans Association of the Deaf or something like that. And
Yeah.
no matter what we did, we couldn't distract them. And they beat us almost every time we played them.
But what we used to do is when they need to have a pin reset or something like that, we would not look at them and ignore them because they couldn't call.
I don't remember that.
We'd play like we didn't even see it, so they'd have to get up and try to explain to somebody how to come reset the pins and stuff. So,
Right.
We always thought that the tuba players in the New Orleans club were kind of deaf.
Hey,
What'd you say?
I was done with that remark.
Nice done.
Because we have two of them here today. I think Peter, you took over from McLaren, didn't you?
I took over
Yes.
from Irv Eisen.
Oh, Irv Eisen.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he took up skydiving and broke his
Yeah.
leg on the first jump in fourth place.
I remember that.
Mm.
That was right after I started. Herb was the tuba player there when I first started, and he broke his leg or ankle skydiving. I remember that.
Well, he must have came back. Irv must have came back after McLaren, huh, John?
Must have, because he was there before me.
That's right. And then he was there after you,
Right.
before Peter.
I
So he
I
must
guess
have come
so.
back for a while.
But as far as the hearing loss, anybody who's stood on the stage with banjos and Joe Terra's washboard in one ear is going to have a hearing loss. There's no doubt about it.
What'd you say?
Yeah, right.
Now, when I went to have my hearing tested, the doctor's asking some questions. He said, have you ever been around a lot of loud noise for a while? I said, yes, I have, for about 10 years straight. I said, oh, that's the problem. I said, every night.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even amplified like they do.
No, not at all. Not like today's entertainment. Of course, they have all the great equipment today, which is really nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Man, I remember when the New Orleans Mustache got that brand new Shure PA system. We
Mhm.
thought we were big dogs with that. Today, they would laugh at that.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, things have improved electronically, which is really good for, gives more work for everybody also doing these shows. Because one of my youngest son is a tour and production manager for entertainers, so he handles a lot of that.
I'm sitting here in my dining room. I have two speakers that are like 6 inches, and they're twice as loud as those Shure columns we used to have at the Mustache now. You know?
Hey, Barry, is it still raining a lot in New Orleans?
Yeah, but it's getting ready to dry up for the next 6 days. The next 6 days is supposed to be dry, but it's been raining down here every day for the last couple of weeks, huh, Billy?
Yes. They said this last 3-month period was the wettest 3-month period we've ever had in New Orleans.
Wow, that's scary. Do the pumps still not work? Do they work?
They work the same as they always did, a half an inch an hour.
If the guy's awake.
Yeah, if the guy
Yeah.
remembers to turn them on.
That's crazy.
You know.
You'd think they'd have that figured out by now.
Don't laugh, Kim. That's what happened a couple. Don't laugh.
All you gotta do is push a button. That's your job. Push the button, turn them on.
Turn them on.
They have trouble with that.
He was on a break.
It's on. That's that New Orleans saying, don't you all worry, I'll get to it.
It's
So look, I got here late, but first of all, Roger, we hope you make it to the reunion. And Gim, what's the latest on reunion that I missed?
Nothing new, nothing new, nothing new. Just, well, the good thing is that Connecticut has has a positivity rate for COVID of less than 1%, which means the governor's going to open it up some more. So we just hope it doesn't turn the other way and screw us all up.
So we can just.
Well, I hope not either, because I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, it's a case of, the question mark in my mind is now, are the venues going to require masks, and if or vaccinations, or is anything like that going to screw us up? I don't know. We don't know that. We don't know.
Well, Barry can bring his plexiglass shield.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Barry has his portable Pope mobile. He puts around his instrument.
Roger, what they're referring to is I work down at Fritzel's, as you know, and you've come down to see me numerous times. But at Fritzel's, we play behind plexiglass.
Still?
Yeah. It's
I
thin
had
stuff.
a big- Look, I think I saw it. It looked like a shower curtain hanging down or something.
That's what it looks like. It's like a clear shower curtain.
Jesus, that must sound not nice.
You know, you get used to it. What'd you say, Ira?
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Where is there?
We're down to 10 people today, huh?
And look, Ira, we got John McLaren on. You see him up there?
Do I see him up there? Yeah,
He's
there he
waving
is.
at you.
Hey, John.
How you
I was
doing,
looking
Ira?
at Stephen Jobs' iPad.
Yeah, it's borrowed.
What's up, John? How was Clearwater?
Hot as hell. I had a good time.
Oh,
You
good.
ran into Joan down there?
Yeah, Neil and I had lunch. Neil and I and my wife had lunch with Joan. And then we followed Neil back to his house and stayed there one night. So I got to spend a lot of time with Neil for the first time in many, many years. And I really enjoyed it.
Neil has a nice little shack there, huh?
Oh, yeah, he does.
We got to spend some time there a couple of years ago when we had a mustache thing down in Clearwater.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
Peter, you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You bet.
I mean, Neil's his guest house is where we stayed. That was a shack like you never wanted. I mean, we couldn't get over it.
Yeah, that's where we stayed in the guest house.
Beautiful, huh?
Neil's
Yeah,
coming in.
Guest house has his private beach on the Gulf.
White stand. White stand.
Neil's going to be in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Neil also gave me a CD that he made with Gim
That's right.
in 2013.
Yeah, it's not bad either. It's
Yeah,
it
it's
was a nice
very
job.
enjoyable.
The studio was wonderful where we recorded that. Very, very capable people. It was very nice.
Yeah, nice selection of tunes. Some of my favorites are on there, and everybody played extremely well. So I could have used a little more bass sound, but that must be because I'm listening to it on a computer.
Could be.
But yeah, it's really, really good. Neil's a really good friend. You know, I'm sorry we didn't keep closer in touch all these years because we were roommates for a little bit of time, and I visited him in Cincinnati and other places. So it'd be good to see him in October, and we can make some music together.
Great.
So where is that music that y'all recorded? Where is it? You said, is there an MP3 or what is circulating right now?
No, he gave me a CD.
Oh,
Right.
CD. Okay.
And I searched for it online, and it's nowhere to be found.
No, it was a limited production. It was
Yeah.
basically a present from his daughter.
Right. Yeah, the studio time was her gift. Christmas present.
Pretty unique gift, huh? That
Yeah.
is.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
John, you gonna
studio
get,
time's not cheap.
John, you're going to get Franny up to Connecticut?
I don't know. Franny hasn't mentioned it, so I don't think he's planning on coming.
No?
Oh, pity.
He You know, a lot of times we send out those emails, Jim, and we got the wrong, outdated email address. I don't know what we could do about that. Because I was talking to a few people, they said, I never got the email, so I resent them, you know, I forwarded the email and said they're going. For instance, David Weibel, you know David Weibel?
Yeah. Yes.
He was in Carnegie and all that. He said, I didn't get the email, so I forwarded. He said, I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah, he
So
sent me a note. He sent me a note saying he's coming.
Good. Yeah, well, I told him to do that. I said,
Good for you. Good for you.
I said, send it to Jim that you're coming, you know, but he didn't get the
Well,
initial emails.
That's weird because of the note that I sent with all the addresses on it, none of them came back. So so there was no indication by the web people that any of the addresses were bad.
Well,
I mean,
you know what? A lot of people just get their mailbox filled up, their inbox, and they just miss it, I guess.
Or it could go to spam. It could go to spam.
Yeah, sometimes if you send something to a bunch of emails all at the same time, it goes to people's spam folders. They have to go look for it.
Right. I found stuff in my spam folder already.
Well, guys, I gotta take off.
Oh.
Okay, Pete.
Nice seeing
All
you.
right, Peter.
Bye.
Be well,
Care of
Peter.
yourself.
See you next week.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Peter.
Yeah.
Two New Orleans tuba players on the same Zoom call, man.
Right.
Yes, sir.
We had lunch yesterday with Danny Rubio was there too. Well, Barry was there. And
There's Mike Johnson,
Yeah.
another washboard player.
There's Mike Johnson.
There's Mike. He's back at the ocean.
yeah,
All we need is a trombone player now.
Hey, Roger, how are you?
How you doing, Mike? Nice to see you.
You too, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been busy doing a lot of stuff here. I'm still unpacking from New Orleans.
Still unpacking?
I got boxes full of stuff I haven't opened up yet.
Hey, I've been going through boxes of crap for the last 4 years that I've been trying to clean out and get rid of so nobody has to mess with it after I'm gone. So
Yeah,
it's amazing the shit we collect over a lifetime, you know?
well, it's amazing what you can collect, and they're very valuable to you probably here and now. But like I say, what are you going to do? When I was selling real estate for a while, I had to go into an estate sale sometimes. People had stuff from years and years, and the realtors didn't know what to do with it all. I said, well, you're going to sell it or take it to the Goodwill.
Hey, John, did you ever find out anything about that mustache mug with the show they did?
No, I never found out anything at all about that. I searched, but I couldn't find out anything. It was the only one I've ever seen that wasn't specific to a club.
well, maybe Roger knows about the Apple Blossom Festival or something like that. They made special mustache mugs for it.
It's a mustache mug, right, John?
Yeah, and
From what I looked at it, yeah.
It came from the same pottery place, McCoy.
McCoy, yeah.
McCoy, yeah.
We used to get mustache mugs from Mexico also,
Yeah.
boxes of them.
Hey,
That-
John, how
that-
you doing?
That picture you showed earlier with Roger and all the mugs in front of him, those were the earliest mugs. They had no club name on the front.
I have an earlier one.
I never saw one of them.
I still have one of those that has no name on the front.
I've got one of those, but it's in storage right now. I gave Tom.
And it was a little bit taller than the one that I
It's a little
that I have
smaller
that
than
says
the-
New Orleans.
It's very light. They're very
Here's
light.
one of the earlier ones
Oh, look
here.
at that.
There you go, Raj. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
much
no
smaller than the regular
The
mug.
handle's different too.
Yeah, the whole thing's different. Doesn't say where it was made, but there are names on the back of it.
Oh, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
mine
but not on the
doesn't
front.
have anything on the
That's
back.
interesting.
Yeah, and it's the only one I have left, but it's much smaller than our mustache mugs that we sold all the time.
Billy sent me
online.
one of those, and I thought that must have been
Right.
the Roger mug, because by the time you put beer in there and put your head on it, they got about a shot of beer.
Yeah,
About an ounce.
I got something inside of it. What the hell is that?
I don't know if it doesn't look
Oh,
like a
look.
16-ounce mug, but
Oh my God.
Wow,
Yes, indeed.
How about
that's
that?
that's a classic.
Roger, where's the garter?
Better put it back in there.
That's a classic.
Waited in
Oh,
line.
God.
Waited in line at your father's mustache.
I have a matchbook laying around here somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do those. How you been, John?
I'm good, Mike. How about you?
Not too bad. Hanging in there.
Good. Hope to see you in October.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it, but I don't know if I can. I have COPD and it gets progressively worse, and I really want to be there because it's so much fun and everything. I'm gonna try like hell, but no guarantees.
And you said
Good.
Petroselli is coming, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's planning on it. And I know H is, and 2 or 3 others. Jim Colm, who was on here last week, is going to be there. And none of you guys have really ever met him except for Snake, maybe.
You gotta come, Mike. There's only gonna be 3 or 4 more reunions after this one.
Yeah, well, I'm not planning
It's not that funny, Roger.
Where we're gonna meet?
We have one every month.
If you put him in New Orleans, and I'll be there for the next 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good.
let's plan for one in New Orleans.
I would like
Yeah,
that.
I think so. I think New Orleans will be the best location.
I bet Barry can get us in Fritzels.
Yeah.
We wouldn't
oh,
all
yeah,
fit
that'd
in
be great.
Fritzels. Yeah, we'd fit in Fritzels, Barry.
There's a lot of places that what you could do. If I was doing one in New Orleans, I'd go back to where your father's mustache was and make a deal with a company there and say, listen, we're gonna put your father's mustache band back in here for free for a night. And we're gonna pack your place and you're gonna make a lot of money.
There you
Make a
go.
deal with it.
That's not such a bad idea.
I guarantee you they would do it. Go down there and I'd chat with them. You know who I am?
How busy is that place now? Is it always packed?
Well,
No,
Restaurant.
yeah, it's a seafood restaurant, a tourist trap place.
Yeah, we went down one night. We had a mustache dinner there, and we sat on the balcony where we used to grease the pole,
Yeah.
keep people from climbing up during Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
Balcony overlooking Bourbon Street.
And one time Joel came to town and we all ate lunch there. Remember that, Billy?
Well, I didn't make that lunch.
Or you didn't make that one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was down there and I had lunch up on the balcony. I had some, because I had oysters up there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of interesting just sitting there and looking around. Do you know, up the street at the Royal Sonesta, they do the grease pole thing now.
Right.
It's a
Right.
big deal. But we're the ones who started that years ago.
But unfortunately, we used axle grease.
Yeah.
People were coming down off it, trying to come all
What
covered.
the hell's all in my hand?
Yeah, now they grease it, but they use that lithium grease or something up around Royal Sonesta.
Yeah, they put it on all the poles out there.
Yeah.
They actually started that after your father's mustache burnt down. I was a beverage director at the Royal Sonesta for a while. And the first Mardi Gras they had, and I said, you're going to have people climbing up these poles. They said, really? I said, yeah, you need to grease these poles out here. They started greasing the poles. And it was that year when it was Mardi Gras, Sugar Bowl, and the Super Bowl, all within about a 6-week period. It was insane. And I was trying to tell people how to rearrange. What's that guitar player that used to play the Royal Sonesta, Lario?
Hilario, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I said, you guys need to rearrange the seating in here. We can get more people in here. I said, okay, fine. So it got packed. All these people from Dallas, all the big money, they'd come in and then we looked for seats. So what I would do, I would hide chairs back in the areas. No one could see that you could put 4 chairs together. So, wait a minute, let me wait right here. So I'd go over and I'd get all these chairs. I'd put them all together, make these people move around. So I got a table for you over here. Guys were slipping me $50 at a time.
Yeah.
The mustache hustle.
I wish we could do a reunion in Denver sometime and do a concert with everybody up at Red Rocks Amphitheater up in the mountains. That would be just spectacular, but it's kind of difficult to get anything going up there.
That where they have the concerts?
Oh yeah, that outdoor amphitheater that's
Yeah.
2 or 3 places the Beatles insisted on playing in '64. They didn't care where else they played, but Cow Palace in San Francisco, and I think Madison Square Garden or somewhere in New York and Red Rocks. It's been there since the '40s, and it's just an absolutely amazing venue. Outdoors.
They have big festivals up there, right? Or music festivals and
Well,
everything?
it's concerts, it's not festivals, but it seats about 10,000 people built right in among the rocks and on a steep hill,
Right.
looking down over the city of Denver. And it's just spectacular. Google it sometime and look it up. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a Moody Blues concert there once. I wasn't not a concert. I watched it on television, but it was great.
Yeah, that the guy that was the director of that, I think, was their director. They were there with an orchestra, right? And the guy that was directing the orchestra is an old friend of mine named Larry Baird, who toured with them around the world for a while doing that stuff. But he's got Alzheimer's now and isn't doing very well, unfortunately.
So yesterday, as Billy said, we all had lunch, and I was sitting with Danny Rubio, and he and I are gonna come up like 3 or 4 days before Connecticut and spend 2 or 3 days in the city in New York, maybe catch a show or so, and then we're gonna go to Connecticut. So that should be fun. We'll go down there and see. And Danny wanted to go to Marie's Crisis.
Oh, God, is it still there?
Marie's Crisis, the gay bar.
I think he used to play the piano there, didn't he? Mabel, wasn't Mabel there?
No, Mabel was in Arthur's Tavern, which was right
Arthur's.
next door.
Right.
Big news is that Arthur's Tavern is closed after 60 years.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. But let me tell you what, we play in the New York club, and when we close at 2:00, me and Danny and Eddie Davis and Johnny Gill, we'd walk across the street to Marie's Crisis. It was a gay bar. And we'd go down there and play, and we made more money in tips playing for the gays dancing than we made at the Mustache the whole night.
You should have worked there.
Yeah, but we'd go play for the gays dancing, and it was amazing. You know, goes to After Hours place. It was, that was a great thing.
Banjo music for gays and they were dancing.
Banjo music for gays, but they wanted show tunes.
Yeah.
So we played all the show tunes.
All the Broadway hits.
Yeah. We played "Oh What a Beautiful Morn" and "Surrey with the Fringe on Top." Oh, they love that.
Did any of y'all?
Marie's Crisis.
Marie's Crisis. Are you around when we used to do that?
Yeah, but I remember Danny playing at Arthur's too, didn't he?
Yeah, Mabel played there.
Yeah, Mabel. Wow.
Good old Mabel, down in the dumps on the 95th floor, right? That was her tune.
Well, Barry, how come y'all didn't walk across the street and play at Silver Frolics when you left the Mustache?
Yeah, I don't know. We should have, huh? What that guy used to say, heck, a Modeca, they all got a pecker. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Roger, you remember him.
Oh, yes.
James McGivern.
I remember
That's
Roger
funny.
brought Tinkerbell into the club one night. Tom's from Missouri. You know what's famous about Missouri? And Tinkerbell goes, no, it's the show me state.
Show me, baby. Don't tell me, show me.
Yeah, I remember setting up some of the guys from Silver Frolics with some of those rednecks from Mississippi.
Oh, God.
Hey, Jim, have you heard anything from Marty about a count of people he got yet?
Say again?
Did you hear anything from Marty about how many people he has confirmations from?
You mean the non-musicians?
Right.
I have no idea. I haven't talked with him in probably a week and a half, so I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't talked with Joel either, so I really don't know if they've got anything cooked up.
Hey, Roger, you plan on making that in Connecticut?
I'm not for sure.
Well, we hope you do.
Come
Yeah.
on, Roger. Come on.
Roger.
I would like to go.
Wouldn't be the same without you, Roger. Would not be the same without you. So
Well, thank
think
you.
about it seriously.
Yeah, I guess that's what Joel said last time. So you're going to come? He's talking with Fred and I said, yeah, I think. He says, no, you're coming. Okay.
Hey, Roger, if Fred was here, he would come. And so he's going to miss out. So you can't miss out because you might not make the next one.
Yeah, that's probably a point.
Well, that's a good point for all of us.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
But it's sad some of these people pass on, and And when John Murata, first his wife passed away, then right after that, he passed away. I thought, Jesus.
He was on the Zoom call a week before he died.
Right.
Was it a week before, Bear? Was he on the week before?
Yeah.
Right, and
Week
Steve
or two,
Jobs-
yeah.
And what's his
So
name
was Chuck.
also?
Well,
So
that
was-
Olswang's been
Jeff
on too.
Olswang, the week before he died, he was on this call.
Right, talking about his heart attacks.
So Barry, does that mean we're all gonna be dead this week before next week?
Yes.
Who knows? We don't know that.
Who knows?
That's why I'll be in Connecticut. God
We're only
willing.
here for a visit.
Hey, where are you staying in New York, Bear?
We haven't gotten that far. Yesterday at lunch, we just threw out these plans.
Mm-hmm, that'll be
We're gonna
good.
travel
You're going
with-
up there.
Dottie and I are gonna travel with Danny and his new little squeeze. And
Oh, he's got a new one.
he's got a new squeeze. Yeah.
Good.
Who does?
And, Danny.
Danny,
Danny.
He has a new girlfriend?
Yeah, new squeeze.
What happened to his wife?
Well, I don't ask those kind of questions, Roger.
And she's coming to New York with him in Connecticut, huh?
Yeah, I don't ask those kind of questions. I swear.
Yes, you don't know.
I've only been hanging with Danny for 53 years, but I don't ask those kind of questions.
Hey, tell him to bring Julie.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she'll come.
yeah,
I wish he'd bring Julie Rubio.
yep.
I still see her, but yeah. So we're gonna make it. We're gonna go visit the city a few days and then go up to Connecticut. What the hell?
Yeah, I'd like to go in New York myself.
Hey, Barry, you gotta go to the Greeks when you're in the village.
The Greek. You know what the Greeks is now?
Yeah, I forgot. I saw it. It wasn't
It's
that
a
anymore.
Starbucks coffee shop.
That sucks. That sucks.
The Greeks was the restaurant right there on Sheridan Square.
It was a diner.
Yeah, it was a diner, and Joe Terra lived in there. If he wanted the mustache, he was in the Greek restaurant
Right.
drinking tea.
Drinking tea.
Hot
And
tea.
if he was really hungry, you'd have a piece of toast with him.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of
Those were
Starbucks,
the
maybe you
days.
could've done that at your father's mustache, wrote people's names on their mugs.
Yeah.
Like how does Starbucks, they write your name on your mug, on your cup?
Do they really?
We
Yeah.
invented that years ago.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
old news. We used to have them hanging up around the ceiling.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Everybody's name on it and everything. People come and ask for their mug, have to get a big stick up and get it down.
The Mug Club.
That's right. Mustache Mug Club.
Sometimes we would even wash it out before we gave it to them.
Yeah. Look at how cute it is.
Sometimes.
Don't worry, he's okay. He doesn't swim very long.
Right.
Hey, Barry, how long has Danny been seeing this girl? Do you know?
I don't ask that either.
Well, what the fuck do you ask him?
I don't ask him about that stuff.
All right, you call him and ask him.
All Danny offered yesterday was he has 9 tubas.
And a couple of sousaphones.
Well, by the time the reunion hits, he might have a new one, so you don't know.
Yeah, better hurry up.
That's right.
It could happen.
What, a new,
Look,
these are
he's got 9 tubas in storage, but for the Connecticut party, he's got to
He has to
borrow
borrow
one.
one.
Yeah.
It was nothing to store him in. No cases.
Is Danny still playing on Bourbon Street?
Yeah, he's playing
Play
half
my
a block
song.
down from at the Maison Bourbon. He's there 4 nights a week.
He's been there for years.
Couple of years, few years, yeah.
Is he playing on
I
his
was there in
keyboard or the
I was there in 16 and he was playing there.
tuba?
So that's 5 years.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Yoke is the one that got the gig there and hired
Yeah.
Danny, and when Yoke left, Danny took it over.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how, as the band leader, yeah.
Hey, Jim, I don't know if Jim contacted you. You met Jim on here a week or two ago.
Right.
And he's a tuba player and he's wondering if there's any way to find another tuba for him back in Connecticut.
Ah,
Yeah, I understand it's a problem, but
Tell him to call Rubio.
just asking because he's not sure about taking one on a plane or if it's possible or whatever. So just wanted to
Yeah.
mention it if he hadn't. I told him to contact you.
It's a problem.
He contacted me about coming, but he did not contact me about getting him a tuba.
Yeah, well, this.
I
came
got
up
one.
after the last-
I got one for Danny, but
I know.
this would be I don't know if this would be a strain or not. But we'll have to find out.
Well, let me ask you this, how many tubas are going to be on stage at the same time?
as many as that show up for a
Yeah.
reunion.
Oh, yeah.
The
For
more the
sure.
merrier, like at Carnegie Hall.
Exactly. It's just, this is just this, Joel's program is just one long medley, or
Yeah.
series. And it goes on, and everybody gets to play all at once. I mean, I don't recall any, I've seen the running order, but I don't recall any solos or anything of this fashion. So it's just a group effort that goes on and on.
On and on.
We had what, around 55 people on stage at Carnegie, but there were some special combinations mixed in with it. But
Oh yeah, each club had a band,
Yeah.
and then there was a series of solos.
Yeah,
Mike did one,
bands
I
with
did one,
tunas and washboards, yeah.
etc. So it's that was a different deal. That was a concert. This is
This is hit the pedal to the metal and keep going for an hour and a half. Huh?
Jam, like Joe getting on stage and playing his
well,
long.
also, hey, let's be reasonable. None of us play like we did 10, 15 years ago. So it's you got to consider that. So I just remember Teddy Wilson once said about trios. He says, playing in a trio, there's no place to hide.
Yeah.
So that if there's 30 guys up there, there's plenty of places to hide. So there's no.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Somebody's bound to be hitting the right note.
Exactly. The young man has a great idea there. The young man
Hit
has
a right note. Man, I didn't do that for the first 3 years. I let the mustache hit a right note.
Well, you remember old swang stories about not knowing the tones and it didn't make any difference.
The chords.
Where's this venue going to be held?
Funny.
Hey, guys, I have to go back to my painting outside before I lose the sunlight. But before I go, I wanted to tell you a Les Muscat anecdote. When I was working with Les in New Orleans, David will appreciate this, and Billy and Tom. But Fred would walk out the front door of the club at about a certain time, about the same time every night on a slow night, and he would look up and down Bourbon Street to see how many people were going around, and then come back in and tell the band to quit at the end of the set. And as you know, we got paid by the hour. So when Les saw Fred walk out the front door, he would go into 2 choruses of the Saints and we'd be off the stage before Fred got back in. So we could play one more set and get paid for another hour. That was a Les Muscat strategy. He had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Good to see you, John.
Okay,
All
John.
right, so I'm gonna go.
Thank you, John.
John, good to
See you, John.
Nice seeing
Take care.
everybody. I'll
Yeah.
give you some more stories next time if
Yeah,
I can
come
keep
back
this
next
iPad.
week.
John,
I'll see if I can keep this iPad for another week.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Even Jobs isn't using it, I guess so.
All right, take care, guys.
Take
See you
care.
next week.
John.
Take care,
Be well,
John.
John. Good to see you, John. Be well.
David, how
Thank
you
you.
doing?
Bye-bye.
Kim,
I
do
gotta
you know
go too.
where they're
I gotta
having
go
this?
too. I gotta go too. I'm cooking dinner tonight. So
Take care, y'all.
What are you
Does anybody
making,
know where they're
Kim?
having
all your
this
work,
reunion
Jim.
at?
sorry.
Again,
What are you making, Kim?
I'm doing a little steak on the grill with fresh asparagus from our garden, a salad, and some French fries.
Man,
Okay.
you hide.
Can you hold it off for a half hour till I get there? Sounds good.
Jeez.
Hey,
Take
the
Take care.
asparagus, the fresh asparagus right out of the garden. They've been out. I picked them an hour ago. They're great stuff, man. See you later.
All right,
Good
Jim.
one.
take him.
Barry, where are they having this reunion take place at? In New
In
Haven.
New Haven,
I know that. But
at
where?
at the New Haven Hotel.
Right.
Hotel.
And like less than a block away is a school that has an auditorium, but they're affiliated with some kind of arts council,
Right.
New Haven Arts Council. So we're going to be doing 1 or 2 concerts in cooperation with this arts council to try to raise money for them to pay for their local musicians because of COVID. And because we're doing a concert where they're giving us a free hotel room for a couple of nights. And that's how that's working out. So the musicians will get a free hotel room for 2 nights, which is a pretty neat deal. I mean, I didn't even expect that, you know?
Really?
But of course, we still have to pay for our fare out there and any other nights we're gonna stay. But so that's where it's at. He's looking at 2 concerts and a couple of parties, like pizza and beer parties and stuff like that.
That's
and 2
Friday night.
concerts. That's what he's looking at. That's what if you look at that email that Gim sent out, they have the whole schedule on an attachment.
Okay.
So it looks like
Marty
a
sent one out, too.
pretty good deal. It really does. I mean, as far as fun, looks like it's set up pretty good. A lot of us musicians don't like doing two hour-and-a-half concerts, but if it pays for hotel rooms, that's all right.
Yeah.
Is the hotel rooms just for the musicians or for anyone that comes?
No, it's for everybody, right?
I think I don't know.
I think it said if you played a concert,
Yeah.
That's what I thought it said. I could be wrong.
I better
Oh,
get
I
my
thought
spoons
Marty
out.
I thought everybody was in the same hotel and just the musicians didn't have to pay for their rooms.
Yeah,
That's it. That's right. Everybody's in the same hotel,
Right.
but the musicians get 2 nights paid for.
Okay.
Now you're staying over Sunday night, aren't you?
I am. I'm gonna give you that Thursday night and Sunday night.
Oh, you're going Thursday night there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danny, I, and our spouses or girlfriends are going there Thursday.
Does Daddy know you're bringing your
Thursday night
girlfriend?
and then Sunday. And then we're gonna stay Sunday night and leave Monday morning. And we're
Okay.
also going to the city a couple of days before that, a couple of nights.
Right. Well, that'll be a nice trip.
Yeah.
That'll be a good trip.
Yeah, if I make it, that's what I want to do Thursday and come back on Monday, on Monday. That'd be a great way to do it.
That's what we're planning.
Hope you make it, Mike. It'll be good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try like hell.
Is there anything scheduled for Sunday night? I don't think so.
But there is a concert till 4 o'clock Sunday. The
Okay,
last
but no-
concert is
okay.
till 4 o'clock in the afternoon Sunday. So traveling Sunday night would be difficult anyway.
Right.
I think Jim said everybody can go to his house after the 4 o'clock concert.
Yeah, that's what he was gonna cut fresh asparagus.
Fresh asparagus and steak and salad, maybe.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he said he's only a half hour from there, so we can go stay at his house.
Yeah, he's always been a nice guy.
How far is Joel from there, from New Haven?
I thought that's where he lived, up in there.
Oh, is he in New Haven?
He was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he still has that ranch, but he lived there for quite a while.
New Haven?
Oh, your father's Mustache Farms.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been there.
I've been there too. That's an interesting place.
Yeah.
I was glad because I haven't been there since Alan was as well.
I remember, Roger, I remember his big fish tank.
Oh, yeah.
Gigantic. It's big.
Jesus. That was a big tank.
That should be fun.
David Krippner, how are you doing up there in North Carolina?
Doing well, really enjoying it, Roger. It's the only thing I miss is the New Orleans food. I don't miss the humidity or the heat,
Right.
the hurricanes. But yeah, it's great. It's great. The geography is so different, and the town that I live in is west of Asheville. It's only about 10,000 people. So it's it's a small town, and we go to Asheville and we say, oh my God, the big city. So I've been
10,000
spoiled by-
people, it takes a while to get to know David, so he's got it covered.
I gotta run, guys.
All right.
All right, Snake.
See you again.
Yeah, Snake.
Hey, David, what brought you to North Carolina?
What part? The far
what-
western.
No, what brought you there? Why did you go to North Carolina? Are you from there?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you.
Are you from North Carolina? Is that why you went there? Or?
Oh, no. No, before, between your father's mustache and when I went to work for the railroad, I worked with the Greater New Orleans YMCA, and they have a assembly center just the other side of Asheville. I got to go there a couple of times, and it was just like, this place is amazing. I mean, just the mountains here, to me, are so much more accessible. They are more accessible than the Rockies. At that time, Roger, that you took me to Denver. I mean, I was just blown away by the Rockies, and it was overwhelming. I mean, they're
They're
gorgeous.
beautiful.
You mean like the picture behind my head of 10,700 feet up in the Rocky Mountains outside Denver?
Yeah,
We have my family has a cabin right there by that lake.
you're kidding.
No.
I can't see that mountain. I see your head. It looks like
I
Pikes Peak.
know that 3 acre alpine forehead's covering up the whole damn picture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out, guys.
Okay, guys.
I'll see everybody next week.
All right, Ira. I'll see y'all later.
Say hi to Danny for me.
Time for me to bug out too. See y'all later. Roger, come back and see
Thanks for
us.
showing up.
We're
We'll see you
always here
soon.
every Friday.
Hasta luego.
Bill, Ira,
See
Mike,
y'all
take care.
later.
Have a great
Take
week.
care, guys.
Nice seeing you. How do I get out of here? That's